90% of professional fund managers can't beat a simple index fund over 20 years gay. So why do so many people still try to pick winners? There's a genuinely boring way to build wealth in Australia that quietly outperforms almost everyone trying to be clever. It's called index fund investing, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to start with less than $100. No stock picking, no timing the market, no expensive advisors, and just a proven, unglamorous system that actually works. An index fund simply buys a little bit of every company in a market, like the ASX 200, instead of betting on just one.
Point 1. Why beating the market rarely works, dads. And the data on this is honestly overwhelming.
Over 20 plus years, more than 90% of active fund managers fail to beat their benchmark index. Hooray! That's not opinion, that's the data. Index funds don't try to be clever. They just own the market tang. And historically, that's been enough to win. Point 2. The fee gap that quietly eats your returns patterns. This is the part almost nobody explains clearly. Traditional managed funds often charge 1.5% to 2.5% a year. Index ETFs can charge as little as 0.04%. On $100,000, that gap alone can be worth over $100,000 extra by retirement, just from lower fees. Point 3. The two building blocks most Australians start with back. Genuinely simple once you see it laid out. The classic starter combo, an Australian shares ETF like VAS or A200 plus an international shares ETF like VGS or BGBL. A common split is 70% international, 30% Australian kinds. Instant exposure to thousands of companies worldwide. Point 4. If even two funds feels like too much, there's an even simpler path. All-in-one options like DHHF or VDHG bundle global diversification into a single ticker you can buy in one trade. One trade, instant diversification, the trade-off is slightly less control over your exact allocation.
Point 5. The franking credit advantage CADs, a genuinely underrated perk of Australian shares specifically.
Australian shares ETFs often carry franking credits. Tax already paid by the company, credited back to you at tax time. If your income sits below the 30% tax bracket, franking credits can genuinely turn into a refund, not just a deduction. Point 6. How to actually buy your first unit, the panyut, the practical part everyone actually wants to know. Open a brokerage account Pray. Stake, Perla, CommSec Pocket, or BetterShares Direct all offer ASX access, some with zero brokerage. Set up an automatic monthly buy, even just $50 or $100. This is called dollar cost averaging, and it removes the guesswork. Point 7. The biggest mistake beginners make, and it's not the one most people expect. It's not picking the wrong ETF fee. Most popular ones are genuinely fine. It's staying out of the market while you agonize over the perfect ticker.
Time in the market consistently beats trying to time the market. That's the entire unglamorous secret. So here's exactly what to do this week and get ounce. 3 simple, concrete steps.
Step 1. Open a brokerage account. Step 2. Pick 1 or 2 low-fee ETFs and stick with them.
Step 3. Automate a regular contribution and then genuinely leave it alone for years, not weeks.
So that's the real system. Low fees, broad diversification, automatic contributions, and patience. Yay. Nothing flashy, nothing complicated.
This is quite literally how a huge number of ordinary Australians have built real, long-term wealth.
This video is general information only, not financial advice take. It doesn't consider your personal circumstances or risk tolerance. Past performance doesn't guarantee future returns. Consider speaking with a licensed financial advisor before you start investing. If this made investing feel less intimidating, smash subscribe, pai tai, real Australian money breakdowns every single week.
Tell me in the comments, have you started investing yet? Or is this your first step toward it?
Turn on notifications, start small, and I'll see you in the next one. G'day!